Hi students, coming to the next topic in the subject cloud computing was virtualized environment characteristics. So in the previous videos I explained about what exactly the virtualization was, how the virtualization technology will be represent and the benefits and the difference between the cloud and virtualization. Now let's see the virtualized environment characteristics. So what are the different characteristics that are present in the concept virtualization and why we are using this virtualization? There are 7 characteristics of virtualization are there: security isolation, resource isolation, efficiency, availability, serviceability, flexibility and agility. So these are the different 7 characteristics of virtualization. Let's discuss about each characteristics. The first one is a security isolation. Security isolation means a security will be provided to your system and it should be isolated. The shared environment relied on a physical separation to enforce security. So here in virtualization there should be a shared concept, because with the help of one single system, okay, you are going to create a multiple images. It's an ability to run multiple operating systems on using a single physical system. Okay, so because of that shared environment, there should be relied on physical separation to enforce security. And there is an access control mechanism and encryption play. These two will play a key part in security isolation. One is the access control mechanism and another is the encryption play. So with the help of these, there should be some security will be allotted to your virtualization technology. And existing security policies may need to be rewritten. And now let's see the second characteristic, that is a resource isolation. So in the previous it is a security isolation. Now let's see about the resource isolation. Virtualization environment use dedicated hardware. So we all know that the virtualization will use only one single system, physical system, that's having a dedicated hardware. So this environment use the dedicated hardware to guarantee access to resources. Okay, so once hardware is there means there is a chance to get the resources to all the machines. So there is a guarantee access to resources. Shared environment allow better use of separate capacity. So here the workload should still be guaranteed minimum resource level. So means the different operating systems are working on using the single hardware resources, means there should be a workload concept will be there. Means how much, suppose if one system is operating system is, if you are working on one operating system, if you are using one memory, so there should be a minimum resource level should be present. And now let's see the third that is the third characteristic, that is a workload efficiency. So how the workload efficiency will be distributed to different virtual machines. Virtualization usually introduced overheads. Actually the concept of virtualization here we are introducing somewhat overheads, means in terms of means distribution is there. Here a single resources is distributed, so obviously the workload will be somewhat playing a key characteristics in virtualization. So how the workload efficiency will be distributed? Virtualization usually introduce overheads: hypervisor overhead, virtualization resource overhead and the operating system overhead. So here it is sometimes used to address scalability issues either at hardware, operating system or application level. So in whatever the level you are taking, so each system is having their operating systems as well as applications, and here they are using hardware, operating system and different application. So here the virtualization, this layer, the virtualization is sometimes used to address the scalability issues either at the hardware or operating system level or at the application level. Now let's come to the next characteristics, that is the availability. Consolidated workload suffers a higher impact due to the infrastructure failures. An individual workload within the pool may not require high availability, but the combination of several workloads does. So whenever if you're using only the single user means the single hardware they can share, but here the concept will arises whenever you're using the combination of several workloads are there, then there is a chance of reduce the availability. So whenever an individual workload, suppose if you're talking about the individual workload within the pool may not require high availability. So there is no concept of using the high availability, because all the resources are using the same person, okay, the same user, one user. But if we are talk about the combination of several workloads, then the availability concept will be rises. Next characteristic is serviceability. The consolidated workload suffers a higher impact due to infrastructure maintenance. And here the negotiating a joint outage window across multiple business owners can be extremely difficult. So here the outage means whenever the system is power off, the system is failure. So the negotiation joint outage window across multiple business owners can be extremely difficult, and the number of service events that requires an outage should be as low as possible. So obviously, so the number of service events are there that it requires an outage, then it should be as low as possible. In case where an outage is unavoidable, suppose if there is any power failures or if the system crashes, if it is unavoidable, you are not able to avoid that problem, then the workload should be able to move with the minimum of disruption. So if something is failure in your system means, even though if the failure is there, there is a chance of dividing the workload and it should be able to move with a minimum of disruption. That is a serviceability. And next characteristics is the flexibility. Flexibility, how virtualization is flexible. The workloads typically have resource utilization patterns that vary over time. So they may also grow or shrink over a long periods of time. So just like a cloud, here in the virtualization also there is a resource utilization pattern will be there. Means based on your workload, based on your time, you can use your virtual machines. They may also grow or shrink over a long period of time. It is therefore important to be able to alter the resource allocation of these workloads. Ideally, there should be automatic, dynamic and immediate, so that ideal workloads do not reserve resources and busy workloads can get them. So they can't hold all the resources. If they are not using, they just release the one virtual machine. If it is not using that resources, they release the resources so that the other machines can access that. So there is a flexibility in virtualization. And the last characteristics is agility. In a consolidated infrastructure, it is often useful to move workloads between servers within a resources pool. So here the agility is a measure of workload migration. It's a measure, the thing is, it is a measure of workload migration between physical servers and takes into account as easy or simple of migration, impact of migration and the speed of migrations. Okay, so these are all the different characteristics of virtualization environment. Thank you.